Hi scrappy friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am working on something for the Shimmerz design team. So twice a month I post stuff for Shimmerz using their products, but really I use their products all the time, so this is not too unlike me to use their stuff. I am working in a traveler's notebook today, and this is the Tomoe paper, so it's really thin, but believe it or not, but it holds up so well to mixed media. So I'm using 3 different kinds of texture paste that Shimmerz has. I am using a texture, I'm using a dazzler, and I'm also using a pasties. So the first thing that you see me use was the pasties, and that's the one that's off to the left. That is putting on the glitz, and it's just a clear texture paste that has glitter in it, like tons of glitter. And then this is just a plain dazzler, but it's really shimmery. It's a really pretty, and that's called Leafy Greens, and it's a really dark, like hunter. It's a really dark green. And then this is Whitey Tidy, and this is a texture, and so it's a white, and it's really opaque white, really opaque. It dries really opaque, which I like a lot. And it also has some texture gritty stuff in it, so it's really fun. And this is going to be on a spread. On the other side is going to be a full length picture. So here you're just seeing me rub off some of the extra stuff, and I got a little bit of the green in the Whitey Tidy, so I wanted to clean that up. And so sometimes I just rub this off into another traveler's notebook, and then at some point I can use that for the beginning part of another project. I do this quite a bit because with mixed media, you don't really, it's really fun to start off with these like weird projects that have colors already on them. It's kind of a fun place. And so then I also decided when I pulled this up, it had enough texture paste to just kind of run through on this side. So I'm just going to run that through on the same thing. And I'll just, like I said, I do this a lot, and I just let it sit. Sometimes it sits there for a long time before I end up doing anything to it. So I'm going to get my picture ready, and of course my glue ran out. So you're going to watch me fiddle with this for a minute to put in some new glue. I thought about taking it out, but it really only took me like 30 seconds to do, so... Okay, maybe a little bit more than 30 seconds, but it doesn't take very long to refill, so you can see just how easy it is. I usually take this out, but my video is not too long today, so I say that and it's still 14 minutes, but so it snowed the other day, and I really wanted to make sure I did a spread about this. And this picture is, like I said, it's going to fit right into the page. So this traveler's notebook is about 7.25 by, oh gosh, what's the other? 4.25 by like 8.25 maybe, something like that. So I measured it out first, and then I did the dimensions. And that is actually not on printer. It's on like a cover stock. So, and I did that because I wanted it really matte. So sometimes if I want my picture really matte and I'm going to put it in an album like this, I will put it on cover stock instead, or like a presentation paper, and it definitely looks a lot different. Your picture isn't going to look as crisp as it does on like a shiny paper or even a matte photo paper, but for something like this it really doesn't matter. And so what you just seen me do was spray randomly Vibes Keep Calm, Shimmerz, Bronzed, Bombshell, and Spritz See Ya Latte. So the See Ya Latte and the Bronze Bombshell is They're very shimmery. And the Sia Latte looks like it's a silver, and it has a lot of silver in it, but it has like a brown undertone like coffee. So I really like it. It looks really well for something outdoorsy. I mean, you don't need a lot, and as you've seen, I just sprayed it, just like 1 or 2 sprays, and then I dried it with my heat gun. And then I'll go back and I'll clean my mat up for any spots that really aren't completely dry. And I'm just gonna put these down, and some of them I had to go back through, and you'll see this, and re-add glue, because some of the textures and the dazzlers are already dry. So I kind of was thinking, oh, I'll smush them in a little bit and they'll stick in better, but yeah, it was already dry because I used my heat gun. So I try not to use my heat gun too much when I'm working with the dazzlers, because I find that if it gets too hot, it really bubbles, and I don't care for that look. It's not as noticeable on like regular texture paste, like a whipped texture paste, but with the Shimmerz texture pastes, you can see it so much more. And I think it's just because it's shiny, so it really like dulls it down, and it really breaks down um, how it's supposed to look. So it almost looks better if you just really let it sit. But I was impatient. But I really tried not to heat it too much. And I find that if you just let it sit, for the most part, it dries pretty. I mean, it does take a while for some of this stuff. The dazzlers take a long time. But if it's a really thin layer, you can get it to dry decently quick. And so I'm just going to put these down, and I'm also going to add some of these sequins that are mixed in. I had these snowflakes left over from last year. I did a whole bunch of cut. I did a big 12 by 12 cut of those snowflakes, and I put them in with those sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps at the beginning of the year. So I'll see if I have a link to those sequins, but I'm not positive she still has them in the store. Like I said, they are from last year, so I think they match with the snow and cocoa, which Crate Paper actually re-put out. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So I pulled some of the Cabin Fever from Simple Stories, and this is the summer version of Cabin Fever. I think that there's a Christmassy version, which this is not, but it has there's some elements that have some plaid and some outdoorsy stuff. And then I also have some stuff from the Fa La La from Crate Paper. So those thickers, those wood thickers are from there. And then one of the buttons that I'm going to take the foam off of, because it's really dimensional. And I thought about using that other snowflake from the chipboard piece, but I decide that it's just a little bit too much for what I want. And I really want it to be about this photo of the snow coming down, and that that mixed media piece with the snow falling down on it. I really like how this turned out. It was super fun. I'm probably going to do another layout, so I don't really feel like I need to do a whole lot of journaling. That's one of the fun things about mixed media, is sometimes you can get away with not doing too much journaling if you don't want to. But I added that tag. Now, the only thing that I'm thinking is I should have tried to use like a powder or something on it to get the adhesive off, because some of those elements are the stickers instead, like this little bear. I couldn't help it. The bear really has absolutely nothing to do with my spread, but it's so cute. And I really wish I should have added that right there. That actually looks pretty good there, but I was afraid that it would just be too much and that it would cover up too much of the mixed media that I did, because I really wanted you to be able to see all the different colors. I really wanted the white and the glitter to show with that green, because it really looks a lot like the evergreen. And that evergreen tree is in my backyard. There's actually 2 trees. The evergreen tree is a little bit closer, and then in the background I have another like sprucey type of tree like a hedge tree along my back fence line, but they look so pretty with the snow coming down. Boy, it was cold. But it needed to be documented because here in Washington, we don't really, or on the west coast of Washington, we don't really get a whole lot of snow, or so they say. But it's crazy. It's just the beginning of November and we have snow already and it feels like winter. But it's been really, really pretty here lately. So it was such this big thing when all of a sudden it just got so cold and then it was snowing. And I didn't expect for it to stick, and it actually stuck, and it was there the next day in the morning. So it was crazy. So I'm just going to put the date with this white Uniball gel pen, though I'm wondering if I'm going to have to go back in and maybe use like my glaze pen too or something, just because it's hard to see the 17, but that's okay. I mean, I could have used the white Brilliance ink too, probably. That probably would have worked. But so this is pretty much it, guys. Don't forget that if you head over to the Shimmerz store, there's a whole bunch of sales going on for like the next 12 days, I think. But I'll keep you posted on that, and keep a lookout for my Instagram, which I'm at Dandelion 2002. All that stuff will be in the info box below. But follow me on Instagram because I'll make sure that I have their flyers for the codes for different products are going on sale every day. So keep a lookout for that because it's always fun when their stuff goes on sale, and they're releasing some new Christmassy colors and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Oh yeah, and this is what we call blings, and this is like my favorite thing now. It's like the Inklings, except for it already has liquid in it, and it's super, super, like, has so much stuff, shimmers concentrated in there, that you can plop it and sprinkle it on your page, and it like stays diamond, like, raised, but with like tons of the shimmer, and it's beautiful. And I love using this instead of using like Heidi Swap or something. So I really love the color of it. It's so fun. So I can't wait to get more of those. But use my name when you order in the comment box when you're checking out. Make sure you use my name so that you can get a free product. And let them know where you heard of Shimmerz from. And I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great scrappy week. Bye.